No longer than 15 minutes, hopefully. I want to come back on. Um, I've rested. I know you all want me to get some rest. I am tired. Not feeling the best, but you all know when I get committed to something, I'm committed to it. So I am committed to this story about Carly Russell. Let me just mute my phone, give somebody time enough to come on. It'll be just a few people, but I'm going to start and then you all can look at the replay. First of all, I want to thank you for coming to see Seeing and All Knowing. On Facebook, I am The Knowing. And on here, I'm Seeing and All Knowing. Hello, everybody. Thank you for all your prayers and everything. Um, okay, baby. Okay. I just wanted to let you know. Hey, Miss Regina, how you doing? Miss Regina, that's one thing about you, girl. You will pull up, and I appreciate it because I write y'all names down. I do still plan to have the raffle. It's going to either be tomorrow or Saturday. But I did want to come on. I don't think that I could not have came on without taking a nap, a shower, and I waited before I put on the Flexi because I really got some things that I want to say. I truly do. Y'all don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. That means you just go in the right hand corner, click the X, go out, give me a thumbs up, come right back in the chat. We're all talking about Carly Russell out of Hoover, Alabama. 1 week ago, they say she went missing around 9:20, around 9:34. Um, just to give you some background of it. Yes, it was dark. Hey, Miss Bobby, how you doing, honey? I'm gonna get that in the mail for you. Tomorrow I'm looking at that. To get it in the mail. It was supposed to be in the mail, but something happened that could not be helped. With my uncle, and I do understand that. So I will put it in the mail, I promise you. But I just want to come and tell you what my thoughts are. You know, I do mostly that over here. Um, was Carly wrong for lying if she lied allegedly? Of course. If it's all a hoax and it's all a lie, it was wrong. According to the police reports and everything that I am hearing, I, not from nobody else's perspective. Okay, Miss Bob, I just, I want you to just be okay. So I'm glad, when I sent you that, you got the other things that you need. And I'll call and check on you. Just give me a little time to catch my breath. But anyway, we understand if she has lied what she has done. We understand that. And I'm telling you all, there's no way of her escaping that. It really isn't. People think it, people are saying things, people making fun and everything. Um, for someone, I want y'all to listen to me. For someone to concoct this story that she has done and put all this in there, allegedly, she stole from her employer a robe and some toilet paper. And then they said she researched how to steal out the drawer. I listened to an interview from the guy, and of course he don't want anybody stealing out his drawer, but I didn't hear him say that. Um, this is gonna damage her reputation. Yes, it is. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you. But what happened with due process? I know what y'all saying. All those people got out and looked and all, but what happened with due process? I'm gonna tell you, for somebody to pull something off like this, something was wrong. Yes, something's wrong. I don't know what it is. There's so many things out here people are saying. I just listened to someone as I was getting ready, get my stuff ready for my appointment tomorrow, trying to straighten up my house, get some things washed and stuff. I heard someone say that she was pregnant. Okay. Then I also was in the comments and heard, see, I don't know about a lot of that. I told you I've never been pregnant. I don't have any kids. But I do know there was a ban in abortion. So somebody was in this particular chat I was in and was saying that's dumb because you can pay $50 and get an abortion pill from overseas. Yes, she does. Yeah, I mean, she no doubt about it. Whether or not she needs to apologize, there is no doubt about that. But it's a thing called due process, and a lot of people were saying, "I bet you she lawyer up. She should lawyer up." Let me tell you the reason why. Because if it was your child, I don't care whoever child, would you lawyer up? Hey Miss Juanita, baby, hey girl, hey, it's good to see you. I hope you getting some rest, baby. Anybody child. I don't have any kids, but let me tell you one thing. If it was my child, I would go seek an attorney. You know why I would go seek an attorney? Everything I say and my child say, because I don't care if she's 25, she's still my child. Oh yes, you got no other choice, Miss Virginia. You got no other choice. You gotta go get some legal counsel. Someone about to run over your child, and can't nobody on here. That's a mother. I have a niece, a nephew, bonus child, or whatever. You can't tell me you ain't go get some representation for your child. Can't nobody tell me that. And I believe it. No. We love our children. Our children, yes, yes, ma'am, Miss Bobby, because we love our kids. Am I excusing what she did? Heck no. No. I'm not excusing any of this. But let me just tell you all something. Just listen. I'm gonna try to have an open mind about this. Just listen. Carly was wrong for making that 911 call. She was wrong. She was wrong to say that she saw a child and didn't see one. She was most definitely wrong. Why it had to be a white child. She was wrong for that too. But I don't care the color of the child. She was wrong, period. And she didn't, and they're trying to play it out by the man. It was about a man. I don't know if that's true. Allegedly, we have to say because we don't know. Okay, then her mother and father go on NBC News on yesterday. Now, I don't know if y'all looked at that video, but the father looked very shaken and very frightened. If you haven't looked at it, go look at it. The doc is probably on the 20th time of looking at him, just trying to get a feel for what's going on with him because something ain't right. Something's not right. Now, when you make your bed hard, you must lie in it. You have to lie in it. But we have a system that you go through. So I was surprised they went to NBC News without a lawyer. Very surprised. Now, I would say this, and this is allegedly because the doc don't know. Do I think she don't confess everything to the parents? In my opinion, I think she has. I think the parents know. That's why they answer no phone calls. That's why they have no comment. But Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all the way up till she walked up to that house and they did that interview, they didn't have they had comments. They were doing all kind of interviews. Y'all know it. Tell the truth. Shame the devil. But now these same people reach out to them. They have no comment. You know why? This is just my opinion. They don't lawyer it up. And that's a smart thing to do. Lawyer up. Get you some representation to help you. Because they don't need to go in there empty handed. They don't. Have it ruined her life in some aspects? Are the parents embarrassed? Very. But for her to concoct this story, I want y'all to understand something ain't right. Hey, honey, you always rocking with me, girl, over here. Hey, Miss Harris, something ain't right. It's not. I couldn't listen to another one. I said, please let me go on YouTube and talk to my people. I couldn't listen to another one. Like I said, I took a nap, got up, took a shower, waited before I rolled my hair, lotion down, got my clothes out for tomorrow, and I was wide awake with this pad. That's right, Miss Bobby. Miss Bobby said we'll do anything for our children, and we will. Now I'm not saying to lie or anything or to coerce them, but I know Miss Bobby is saying we will go and we'll get representation. I said earlier today, and I'll tell y'all this now because I'm home and a lot of my Facebook people aren't over here. But the reason why I got back so late is because I was sick. I could not leave this morning. They gave me a later checkout. So, I'm a rewards customer. I'm a very great customer there. So they told me I could pretty much check out when I got ready. And when I got enough strength, I checked out and took my time. I wasn't in a hurry. My truck was already gassed up. I wasn't in a hurry. So I listened to most of this all the way back. I did. And y'all, I went to a different y'all should have saw. I was at Jekyll Island. I was at Jekyll Island. I told you I had some business. I had some business in Brunswick, but I stayed on Jekyll. And I got much needed rest that I needed. I did. I went to the I told you I went to the after hour. I got this upper respiratory stuff, and I did get a shot or whatever, and I was extremely tired, but I still try to come. But there's nothing wrong with the doc tonight. The doc is ready. Okay, allegedly she staged her own kidnapping. Now where she got the orange man with the orange hair and the bald spot is beyond me. But people are in these streets joking like it's Ronald McDonald got a thing to her head. They're just joking on all these platforms. And it's a serious matter. You know why it's serious? Because something is wrong with her. It is. Something's wrong with her. I can talk a little bit more freely over here about stuff and don't have to worry about getting blocked. That's why I came over here. I understand she went to Targets and bought cheeses. And she also went and bought those bars, granola bars. They didn't say what kind, but she went and bought granola bars. One thing I did not understand where the water was at. What, no bottled waters or whatever. If you're gonna be out there in the woods, they say she did this to hold on to a boyfriend that she found that had cheated on her with a stripper. That's what they say. Now the doc don't know, but that's what they say. My question is, ladies, why are we letting? I'm just trying to angle this a little bit more. Why are we letting men dictate what we do? Is my question. Why are we letting them dictate the things that we do? Hmm, a man. He don't went to his, I don't know the name of this stuff. Y'all know better than I do. Is it Snapchat or Instagram? I don't know. But whatever popular for the young people, he don't went and deleted all her pictures, or allegedly, according to the articles that I was reading. Hmm. He did. Now, that's his right to do that. It is. Y'all, I want y'all to be praying for, I'm sorry, Miss Bobby. Miss Bobby had a procedure done on the 18th, and she did well coming out. But let's keep Miss Bobby in our prayers because it's going to take us some time to heal. And I want to keep Miss Bobby been with me from day one. She's a family member. I want y'all to keep her in your prayers. I do. She's a great woman. Her husband had been sick. That's the one I be praying for, Keith. Let's just keep Miss Bobby in our prayers. Miss Bobby's a good woman. She's not a bad woman. And so I would just like for us to keep her in her prayers. Thank you, Miss Juanita, baby. Thank you. I know sometimes the road get tough for Miss Bobby, but God always see her through. He really does. I was going to see can I pull this person up that I'm looking for and show y'all exactly what I'm talking about because I don't want y'all to think that I lie because I don't lie. Okay, there it is. Okay. as it unfolded because they knew she was bullshit and didn't want to embarrass. They didn't want the embarrassment. Oh, you're welcome, baby. For complete healing, we're praying for baby. Look at this, y'all. Well, our family, but she's gonna get ate alive once those details are public and spread around. This is Chronicles on Facebook. I'm not gonna say anything. I just meant in general. Yep, Chronicles. Damn. They're over here making fun of her. Stealing from work, failed the nursing school, and they're saying that she got caught stealing from work, flunked out of nursing school, and she's on drugs. They say she was on mushrooms. Hey, Miss Betty, I don't know what mushrooms are. I don't really know a lot of drugs. Knew she was safe because she blocked her ex-boyfriend weeks ago. And she added him back while she was abducted. I did hear that, y'all. What he just said. She had blocked her ex-boyfriend, and while she was abducted or supposedly, allegedly, she added him back. Let me tell y'all something. I got to pause him for a minute. He talking over me. Oh, you so welcome, Miss Bobby. You know I pray for you. I love you, baby. I want you to continue to heal. I want you to continue to do what the doctors say. I don't want you to be up trying to do anything. You don't prepared and things in that nature. You take care. You. Okay, you all. He was talking over me. That's why I wanted to kind of stop. But they did say she dropped out of nursing school. Hold on. They say she got on drugs. She planned to disappear, realized that this wasn't going to work. She logged in on her girlfriend's phone and unblocked him. Allegedly, y'all, she was with this girlfriend the whole time. Now, let me tell y'all something. The police might not have nudged this girl, but they'll sniff her out. That makes sense. I know y'all saying, how she knows this? How she know all this? I told you all, my first marriage was with a man who was in law enforcement. He's been in there over 40 years. He can actually retire. He headed up the drug squad. He headed up the gang squad. He didn't play no game. He's one of the best detectives I've ever met. What'd you say, Miss? Something about a register, how to steal money from register, right? Yes, I will. I will, Miss Bet. I know you talking about rest, and I know. I know, Miss Bet. I know I'm a doula, baby. So she caught him, supposedly, allegedly, in the bed with the stripper. Yo, guys, I just thought of this. Tell me what you I actually have a. I don't. I just don't want to put it on my page. I have where they had an exchange where she told the stripper off. Now, this is one thing y'all ain't gonna believe. According to these comments, they said she don't did it before. You can't do this. This against the law. I can't come in here and say somebody raped me, vandalized my home or whatever. Every police gonna be over here. This is gonna be the crime scene. And I don't know why she did this, but one reason why she could have left the stuff back because she didn't want to be traced. I don't care what nobody say. If I can help it and I got control, I'm not leaving this iPad. I ain't leaving my iPhone. I'm not leaving my because mine's a rear air Apple iPods, AirPods, and that Apple Watch. I'm not leaving it. I'm not. I ain't even gonna leave the phone. Once you leave the phone, this ain't state no more. Y'all can tell that. This is not state. The feds don't pick this up. Homeland Security's in it. Them local cops can't stop nothing because they'll put them in it. The girl didn't think it through. I don't know if she's pregnant or not. I don't even know the laws about getting abortions because I hear people say you can't get abortion. But I know people who have gotten them, so I don't understand that. But again, the doubt mind her business. I mind my own business. I didn't know you could get a pill for $50 overseas and take it, and you have abortion naturally. I didn't know that. Did anybody on here know that? Miss Harris, if you still on, Miss Juanita, Miss Bobby, y'all know that. Miss Betty, did y'all know that? Miss House, did y'all know that you could order a pill from overseas for $50 and naturally abort it, the baby? I ain't never heard of that before. But I don't know. Miss Bobby said yes. Miss Betty said I didn't know. Miss Bobby, my students told me that yes, you can. Now don't think I'm just all over this with him. I'm all over that with them. They all over this case. Every time I look up, they got my attention right to them. Miss John Miss Juanita said she didn't know either. I did not. I had no idea. But that's what they told Miss Bobby said she's heard of that. Well, I know it's true. I've had students to do it. And I'm assuming this person, I'm assuming because it's coming over season, you taking it, it ain't like, I don't know. But they business, not mine. They circus, not mine. Anyway, let's get back to Carly. They said they phoned her house today and her parents won't talk. That's a smart move. Now, I think that her mother knows everything now. That's just what I think. I'm not saying it's true, but that's what I think. However, I don't think she knew at first. Now, I've heard several people in the comments saying the parents can't make her talk. Parents cannot make you talk. Let me tell y'all something. She will talk. They can subpoena her to talk. They can pick her up to talk. That's why she need a lawyer. And that might be what they're doing. Somebody said they kept the money. I read an article where they gave the money back. I don't think they would have gave them the money because it was a hoax. Okay. It's been about 24 hours since they made that press conference, right? They looking to hear from her immediately. They're not playing no games with that. They just giving her a little time because the parents are saying psychologically she might not be there. Now, let me tell you something. The police will get up and they can make a conference and a press conference and tell us whatever they want us to know. When actuality, they know a lot more than they tell us. Okay. They have questioned her. I don't know how long, but they have questioned her. But if you can listen to their responses, they haven't found out anything. They talk to us without telling us. They said things to let you know. We haven't found any of this. We haven't found any of that. They tracked her, and the ring cameras. But I want y'all to think about this. I felt like somebody was on her trail anyway. Somebody was looking at the parents, and now they go silent. They go silent. But the police ain't going silent. Somebody got to answer to some of this stuff. That's all I'm saying. Somebody got to answer to it. To get on here and make fun of her, I'll never do that. One guy got on, he broke it down. The neighborhood he says Carly stay in, those houses are going for 500,000 to a million. That's right, Miss Betty, 500 to a million. She lived in an upper class community. She babysit those kids. They're gonna be looking at her with the side eye. They ain't been out. I don't know the area. I'm not trying to find out the area. I'm not trying to get anything on Google Map to zoom now. That ain't my concern. Do I think people outside there don't? Some reporters out there are trying to get this story. Everybody got to get the story first. Everybody thought it was going to go away. Now that boyfriend done went there and deleted everything off of there. But I asked y'all, why did he assert himself in it? Was he in on it? If it was a girlfriend and she didn't have an apartment and she was with her parents know that she was there. and it keeps unfolding. Your parents provided, because you didn't buy it. Your parents provided your Mercedes. You didn't think nothing of it but to leave it. You look like you wear the best wigs that you can possibly wear. You left the wig, you left your phone, you left your iPods, and you left the pocketbook and the watch. You left all that in there. And your story started to unravel. You went in the woods, a man with orange hair with a bald spot. Him and another lady took you. You found yourself in the back of a tractor trailer. She was playing with your hair, feeding you cheeses, and painting your nails. Now, how you escape out of a tractor trailer, I don't know. I don't know. You know, I told y'all that last husband, he was a, hey, Greg, hey, honey, hey. He was a truck driver. Once he locked that rig down, you can't get out. Now, how she escaped from now, I don't know. I'm not trying to compare it to that. Okay. Then they put in a car and she got away again and ran through the woods straight to her house. They took her clothes off. She don't remember them having no sexual assault with her, but they might have took pictures of her. Doc, why are you telling us all this? Why would they take off all her clothes? Why they didn't take off the sock with the money, the $107 in it? They didn't sexually assault her. They didn't touch her. What was the purpose of taking off your clothes? And where did you get more clothes from? Because it was reported that your T-shirt was tore. You had $107 in your. Hey, okay, Miss Bobby speaking to you, Greg. That's right, Miss Juanita. That's right. But you know they want to tell me ain't nothing wrong with 'em. I got so many people in my inbox telling me ain't nothing wrong with a doctor. You just a psychologist and you want to see the good in it. How I want to see the good in it? Something wrong with that girl to fabricate all this and allegedly, this the kicker here. Is that's right, Miss Bobby, but allegedly she pregnant for the 17-year-old. It's not that 27-year-old. Allegedly. I ain't saying the doc said all this is allegedly. Anybody finna tell me I'm defaming their character? But according to the reports, and I can pull them up, everybody I'm looking at, I'm writing their name down. Yes, Greg, she pregnant by the 17-year-old. And according to some of the reports, that's who she was laid up with at the Red Roof Inn, whatever the name of the place is. Y'all didn't know that, did you? That's why I had to come back. I said, let me get me a quick nap, get up and take me a cool shower, let this hair come down and get out here and tell you two what I don't find out. Right, Greg? The doc ain't tired. The doc don't got very interested. Just think about this. I mean, y'all, some ain't right. And then the mother gonna say, absolutely. There's an abductor out there. Who is it? Let me see and I'll let y'all hear it. Hold on a minute. Is that what happened? I gotta be nice. She did. She found her way back to us. However, we can't discuss the details of it. But they say one thing is clear. Do you believe she was fighting for her life? Oh, she definitely fought for her life. There were moments when she physically had to fight for her life, and there were moments when she had to mentally fight for her life. But she made it back to you. She made it back. Yeah, she did make it back. All right, Priscilla, so investigators are obviously busy on this case. What are they looking into going forward? Greg, I made it back home today from my trip. I definitely made it back. And I ain't trying to be funny. When I checked in, because I told you I was going to check in with y'all before I left. Didn't I say that, Greg? I said, before I leave this hotel, I'm going to check in with y'all. I didn't check in with y'all as soon as I left the hotel. You know why? Because I didn't feel good. And y'all was gonna pick it up. So I waited till I got down the street, till I got myself together. Then I checked in with y'all. But most definitely fight for her life and eating cheese it and granola bar. Come through, y'all. Come on now. I don't like for nobody playing my face. Don't play in my face. Uh-uh. This mama. I'm sorry for you mothers. I'm sorry. But this mama got a lot of stuff to say. That what I heard, Miss Scott. Miss Scott, let me tell you one thing. I can bite my lip intentionally. Oh yes, Greg. I was, cause see, I told you I was gonna check in y'all before I left, but I wasn't feeling good, and y'all was gonna pick it up. Something ain't right. So I waited, got me some orange juice and some Pedialyte. Yes, Miss Bobby. Yes, that's why I keep saying when they keep saying, "Doc, you see, everybody want to get in that inbox. See, they don't want to come to the line. I just don't understand it. They get in them inboxes, and I guess they be trying to throw a punch at the dog, but the dog be ready. Can't throw no punch at the dog. Something is wrong with this young lady. I don't know what it is. I haven't did a biopsychosocial on them, so I don't know. But something wrong. Please, I see 7 people. Y'all, please hit the thumbs up. You just hit the little X going out. Hit the thumbs up, and it bring you right back in the chat. Just hit the comments. You coming right back in a hit live chat. And I'm not doing this for likes or anything. No. Now, yes, Greg, most definitely. Now now people talking about them because they're lawyering up. Wouldn't you lawyer up? I want y'all to actually answer that. Put a one in the chat. If you had a child, a bonus child, or whatever, a niece, nephew, I don't care, and they was in a situation and they needed a lawyer, put a one in the chat. Done and done. Done and done. That means Miss Bobby would lawyer up. Miss Regina, yes. Miss Greg, yes. Yes. And the doc would. I would. Because this is the thing. You need representation. And if you can't afford it, the state will provide it for you. I know I don't do wrong stuff. Look at me, Betty. Yes, ma'am. This is the thing, Miss Juanita. I was hoping, baby, and this is the God knows truth. I was hoping that when they had her at that hospital, I don't know what hospital, I'm not familiar with the hospital, but I was hoping they had a psych ward and that they would call the on-call person in and do evaluation on her. What you talking about, Doc? I never worked on the psych ward at a hospital, but I have been on a crisis team. And if somebody in the middle of the night, let me just give you some little backstory to it. If somebody calls us out in the middle of the night, I got 30 minutes to respond. So that means you pick up the phone. Hey, Doc, we got this, and this. Okay, where are we meeting? Okay, I see you in 30 minutes. So the first thing that you do, because when you're on that crisis team and you know you're on call, because I know when I'm going to be on call, I got that uniform over there, because it's a certain thing we wear. I got that uniform over there. I don't shower and everything. The only thing I basically got to do, brush my teeth, wash my face, put on those clothes, and be ready to respond. Yes. So if a crisis team come, that's what you do. Okay. When something like this happens, them folk didn't go home. Mm. Just like, I'm gonna give y'all an update about the guy that was in Atlanta. You remember the guy that killed those 4 people? The lady had went to the library, and then she said her life was in danger, and they came and they locked down that library, and men was standing outside with them big guns. And then you remember we find out it was in the Dogwood subdivision up in Henry County. That happened on Saturday. One of our family members that's over here, he told me about it. He said, Doc, go look at it. Doc went on and pulled up. We all pulled up because I let them listen to it. I got an update on him. People want to tell me that the man was 60 something, 70 something. Just because men have all this on no face, don't mean they 67. You remember Miss Regina? Don't mean they 60 something or 70 something. That doesn't mean that. But they got him. But that sheriff said, we're going to hunt you down. You know, I have not heard, and I'm going to be totally honest with you. I ain't heard a sheriff talk like that in a long time. What did my grandmama used to say? Something, but I ain't heard that since the day of Sunday or something like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But then, the other people got their words. My little old lady used it, but I can't think. I ain't heard that since the day of Sunday or something like that. But he said, we gonna hound you down. We gonna get you. Oh yes. Our citizens are afraid. And we gonna just let me let you know one thing. We gonna get you. And they hemmed him up. I don't think the officer died, but he did. And I don't promote violence. He sure did, Miss Virginia, called him a monster. He said, I want you to hear what I'm saying. That's what the sheriff told him. And I went now, but I was rooting over him. A month of Sunday, come through, Miss Bobby. I knew somebody knew what the doc was talking about. A month of Sundays. And he looked directly in the camera. And somebody came out and how they gonna do that? How they gonna work 24 hours a day? Let me tell you something. When you got a kill out here, don't kill 4 people. Don't stole the vehicle. One woman running for her life because she's scared. I don't know the motive because I've been on this one so much. But I did have an update about that, and I am going to research it some more. You think they're gonna let him just ride out like he already don't kill 4. I told y'all when somebody kill 4 people, it ain't hard to kill another one. So he fired on them, and they went ahead and fired back on him. He's deceased now. He amongst the dead. Mhm. Now with this Carly thing, things could have turned out very bad. That girl, just imagine you strolling on a Sunday evening. You and your boo, y'all just strolling. Everything is fine. You almost get up to your doorstep and lose it. Her mama said she would, they just wanted to hug and take it in, but she had to be careful because she had to be analyzed. Okay, that's true. You got to be careful about that. But that had that been me, you couldn't have kept my mama and my sister for almost making me suffocate for holding me. That's what you do. Now, the man at work say the girl got along with everybody. She did this and did that. Now, I'm not never going to tell you stealing right because stealing is not right. But why we got to put her name in the mud at that place? And I'm not going to say the FBI line or whatever, but I don't know. Y'all tell me. Yeah, Miss Harris, put a 1 in the chat if you have a roll. I just want to see something. Put a 1 in the chat if you got a roll. It's 7 of y'all, so I should have 7 answers. Just put a 1 in the chat if you have a robe that you put on like after you shower. Put a 1 in the chat if you have one. If you don't, that's fine. Miss Regina, okay. Got my first 1. Okay, Greg, okay. Miss Bobby, okay. I got 3. It was Regina, Greg, Miss Bobby. Anybody else? Miss Harris, that's 4, okay. Anybody else? I'm going. I'm going somewhere with this. Okay, Miss Betty. I think that's make 5. I got 2. Okay, Miss Scott. That's 6. And the other person might not show me who they are, which is fine. I got 6. And we got 6 likes. I know somebody else, so they might just be visiting. And I want y'all to visit. I want you to visit, give me the view, and hit the thumbs up, baby. Oh, sir. Whomever. Okay, I asked you all to do that for a reason. Let me tell you, I don't like a lot of clothes at night. But as a small child, my father told my mother, my girls, all of them gonna have a robe. You go pick them out. They're gonna have a robe. When they get small, buy them a robe just like you buying their clothes. I never understood that. I think I do now. My father was the only man in the house, especially after he retired military. My father said that if we got sick and we had to come down to the table, we shouldn't be coming down to the table just put a gown on. He was our father. He was the only man in the house. He said, take notes from your mother. Your mother don't come out that bathroom. She don't come out in that kitchen without her robe on. Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I absolutely hate her. That's right. Keep covered up. That's what my father said. But I told y'all I had a military father. My father was straight military. I'm trying to tell you, Miss Bobby, Miss Juanita, baby, the doc hated the robe. But I knew I better not come out that room with it on. And much as I was with my father fishing and stuff, I had to have one. Matter of fact, he tell my mom, he said, listen, you buy my baby two. Cause she be with me a lot. You buy two. I'll make sure she always got one. And my dad told me, he said, only time you come out with this robe on, if you ain't feeling good or it's something you need for me to give you. Other than that, I want you fully dressed. You hear me? I said, yes, sir, I hear you. So even though I hate robes, I have three at my house. I have a silk one. I have a cotton one when it's hot. I can just open it up and just go freely. And I have a plush one that I absolutely love in the winter. So my question is, Miss Bobby, Miss Juanita, Greg, Miss House, Miss Betty, Miss Harris, why she had to take a robe from the spa? Somebody got to tell me that now. Why did this young lady have to take a robe from the spa? Coles had a big sale a week or so ago. They would have they all their robes on sale for $21.99. I'm just asking. She not to steal that. And I'm sure if I was entitled money, even now, and I'm fully grown, if I needed $107 or $110, I'm gonna get on the phone and tell my sister cash out me $110. I ain't gonna steal it. So all of that stuff kind of didn't add up. And if I knew I was gonna do this because she had started planning with a week or 2 days, I would have went to Tarjay and got my cheeses. When the plan started, I definitely wouldn't have got it the night of. No. And do y'all remember that story? Click, 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 alarm bell just went off. What you mean, Miss Bobby? And think about it now. I don't know if y'all remember now, but I was so dedicated to this, I didn't even sleep. You remember her mother said on that second interview, I believe, when they had made up the groups and stuff, and had got their Harris lady on point. They had got the Harris lady on point. And she said, y'all, she called and told me that they messed up my order and that I didn't have to worry about it because I could have her food. They ordered from some Mediterranean restaurant that I can have her food. And then the mama just seemed like to fall apart. Now I want to hope that's true because she said it, but the food never came. And when they searched the car, wasn't no robe in there, wasn't no toilet paper in there. None of those things was in there. Nothing but that pocketbook, them iPods, that watch, and what else? What else was in there? Because the foam and the wig and the hat outside. Would she do that in front of anyone but her dad? What you mean, Miss Bible? Do what? Again, and y'all, and some of y'all can vouch for this. She left one of the most important pieces of information behind. Let me tell you about these cell phones. People want to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. That's one thing I do know what I'm talking about. Your cell phone, I don't care how you erase it. Don't you know somebody can pick that stuff back up? And especially when Homeland Security and the FBI get in it. I don't think people are getting it. I know. Why was she worried about a robe? I never understood that. I don't even know where the robe and the toilet paper come in. Because I'm sure that young lady had toilet paper at her house. I'm just saying they got to ride around. Yeah, you're absolutely right. They riding around in a Mercedes. The maintenance on a Mercedes is outrageous. Well, Doc, how do you know? Because I have two siblings that ride. So one has an SUV and one has a sedan, and they have that big one. The one with the sedan got that big body Mercedes, and the other one has a Mercedes SUV. And I'm gonna tell you what, that taught y'all look here. That taught Dr. Lisa that she did not want a Mercedes at all. I could not afford the maintenance. And if something happens to my car, my tire, I could not afford it. My sister say that was hot wash. I could afford it. I said again, I cannot afford it and I'm not gonna get it. No, I'm not fascinated with Mercedes. I'm not fascinated with BMWs. Well, whoever are, that's fine. I have no problem with it. My vehicle of choice is the Forerunner or the Lexus. And the Lexus started looking like a Batmobile to me, not my opinion. SUV, so I didn't get one. So I went right on back to my Toyota 4Runner. But the maintenance on those cars are very high. So if they got old girl riding around with that, they didn't have $107. Yeah, I'm gonna need y'all to think. Or did she even ask them for $107? She said she was rich. That's what she told one girl. I'm rich, you poor. That's a mama them money. I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna jump off of him. Let me tell you one thing. Miss Lisa, I'm on live on YouTube. I'm probably gonna call you tomorrow on my way to the doctor. You hear me, Miss Lisa? Okay, baby. All right. I said I'm gonna call you tomorrow on my way to the doctor. Okay, baby. Okay, all right. Y'all, I'm sorry. That was Miss Lisa. Let me see y'all, baby. That's right, Miss Baby GMC. You're absolutely right. Yeah, worried about the road. Let me tell you. And people like to come and tell me, hey doc, your sister got you. I said, I know what she got. I know everything she drive. You know, my sister has a Jag too, but I ain't got one. All that don't matter to me. She works hard enough for one, and if I wanted a Mercedes, I'm gonna be honest, I could have got a Mercedes. I don't want one. I don't want nothing that I got to pay $300 and $400 for to get service. I don't want nothing that something go wrong with that tire and the wheel. I got to pay almost $400 for a tire. I don't want that. No, I don't want that. It's choice. I just don't want it. But I'm just saying, if she's riding now, if I'm lying, y'all tell me if she's riding around and that, don't you think they could have gave her $100? I'm just saying. I ain't riding around in one, but I could have gave $100. Just think about it. I just want y'all to think about it and give y'all another narrative to this. And now her boyfriend, Miss Harris put a one in the chat. Her boyfriend, allegedly boyfriend, he don't want to have nothing to do with her now. He don't want to have nothing to do with her. He out here talking about it. Well, when you finish, why are you talking about these folks? But it's a lot of stuff that's uncovering. But I just hate that the people are creating their own narrative and they're putting what they want to put on it. That ain't right, y'all. No matter how we spell it, that's not right. It's not. And I started off and I'll continue to say, I said there are so many women. This is my thing, and I'm closing out. There are so many women who are still missing because they was abducted. They was abducted either into slavery, sexual slavery. That's right, Miss Bible. Someone to take you from A to B. All this material stuff, but they're gonna pass away. She lied, and this thing went viral. I don't think that she was intending for this to go viral, but it did. It got so big, she had to come out of hiding. But if you think about it, squad, when the family made the first video on Friday morning, trying to get together with Angela Harris, that's her daughter who died in 2019, to get this search together, maybe it would have been better to come out in the beginning because I'm sure she was following this story. She thought about her lies, she thought about her parents and everything, and she thought about how vocal her parents were, how her mother and her father continued to do interviews, and how they continued to say, take this thing nationwide. We can't stop. We got to keep it out. She left the phone behind and all the other things not to be tracked. But she made the biggest mistake because now, allegedly, the FBI, Homeland Security, and the Secret Service has analyzed that phone to the fullest. All of her thoughts, all of the pictures, and everything else, she left the evidence right there in the phone. They're not saying much, and the chief was polite about it. He would not say, now, this is what I wrote from my eyes now. The chief was polite. There's some things he left out, the things that he didn't say because he wanted to do it for her dignity, which I think that was a great thing he did. However, every plot that was planted and sealed in the phone, they already knew it. She knew they would find her. She knew they would sniff her out. So she had to come out. It could have came from a ringtone because my ring camera is very good. Yeah, I mean, it catch so much stuff I wouldn't believe it. But it's also something to think about. Maybe a car unmarked, or people was already around her house looking. Maybe they had the camera there. You never know. She needs the lawyer, and she needs the lawyer up immediately because something about this young lady and her mother is not adding up to me. The math is not mathing. I'm done. If anybody got a thought, put it down and we're going to get off of here. But I'm done. I'm done with that. That's what I had to come out and say. Yes, it could, Miss Biden. That's why I told you I cannot rule out mental health. It could be a cry for help. Cry for help with what I don't understand. But let me tell y'all something. A lot of young women, Lord, I hate to say this, but it's true. A lot of young women are doing whatever it takes to keep a man in their life. They'll do anything. If they have to deal with him and 3 or 4 other women, deal with diseases and stuff, they'll say, Doc, I can get something to get rid of it. But I love him. I don't judge because I'm not the judge. I'm not the judge. I'm not the jury. I tries to talk to them and tell them how that could mess up their life, continuously getting diseases. But I keep everything confidential because that's who I am. But my heart aches for them. It truly does. Because where's your self worth? crazy. If don't nobody have anything to say, Miss Monica, Miss Bobby said, could it have been a cry for help? And it could have been. And then another big miss comes to where the young man is 17. She's 25. Allegedly, she's pregnant, and he wants to have nothing to do with her. Y'all, I want to thank y'all for coming over. When I logged on, I want to thank y'all. The same people come over and rock with me. I want to thank you so much for coming over. I am going to be on YouTube more. I got to build this platform. I'm gonna build it. And it's just over here, the atmosphere is a little bit different. Y'all, please hit the thumbs up on your way out. You all have a very good night. Yes, ma'am. The internet search revealed that what they believe to be her mindset. Yes, ma'am. You're right, Miss Joanne. Miss Joanne's a smart woman. She really is. I like because Miss Joanne sit back and listen, and then she gives her opinion. She's always done it. Over on Facebook, she does that. She sits back, she listens, and then she'll give her opinion. And most of the time, it's right on point. I know I'm going to ask y'all to do something. If you want to do it, you do it. You're not going to make you do anything. Y'all pray for that family because they going to need it. People are already being mean to them. People are already being malicious. The mother said that yesterday. And you know what? It's probably going to get worse. Y'all come back to YouTube. I'm going to start doing some in-depth story times over here. Almost one. You could relate it to this one. I love y'all. Thank you so much again. I want to thank everybody for coming over and rocking with your girl. Um, Let me get Miss Juanita, Miss Bobby, Miss Regina, Miss Harris, Miss Scott. Thank you so much. I got Miss Bobby, Miss House, Miss Regina House, Miss Betty. Thank you so much. I love all y'all. Thank you for just coming out, Greg. You always show up for me. Greg, thank you so much. There's mornings that I'm feeling so bad, and I'll get something beautiful from you, and I appreciate it, and it don't go unnoticed. Thank you for your input, Miss Scott. Thank you for yours. Thank everybody. I just want to make sure I called everybody's name because ain't nobody got to love you. Don't nobody have to love you, and don't nobody have to come see about you. I love y'all, and that's the truth. And ain't nothing y'all can do about it. Y'all, this is sin, and I'll know it. Thank you so much, Greg. This is Sin and All Knowing, and I will see you all tomorrow on the next video. Y'all have a good night. Thank you so much. Good night.